BTS of me gathering up all of my yarn stuff. I hope I'm in frame. Hello, hi. Welcome to a new video. Today, I thought I'd go through my my yarn stash. It is fairly well sorted, but I feel like whenever I want to start a new project, I just buy new yarn because I don't reflect on what I actually have in storage. So I want to go through it, index what I have. I do have a lot of mystery yarn, so I'm basically just gonna try to categorize that as like acrylic and non-acrylic animal fiber yarn, possibly cotton if I can see well enough. But this is what I'm gonna go through with you guys today. I have no idea how long this video is gonna be. This is completely unplanned and unscripted. Let's start with the easy stuff.
Unplanned and unscripted. I really feel that now that it's been 2 weeks and I've been trying to edit this mess. I ended up with about, 2 hours or something footage, and I had been talking throughout the entire thing like it was some kind of live stream. There was no cohesive string of thought in there. I was just rambling on about how much I love yarn. And I just could not cut that into something that was watchable. So I decided to just speed up all the footage and voiceover. As I said at the start of the video, my stash was already fairly well organized, but my main problem is that I don't know what's in my stash, especially the stuff I have smaller amounts of, like my random mystery yarn. I have a lot of mystery yarn that are missing they're missing their tags, I guess is a better way of saying it. I just wanted to write all of that stuff down so I had some place I could go and look when I have a project I want to make. And I have, should I commit to this, to the world? I have sort of tried to make it a goal, a commitment of sorts to not buy yarn for as long as possible. I'm not going to say for this year or anything like that, because when I put a boundary on myself like that, I instantly want whatever I said I couldn't have. So I'm going to say, for as long as possible, I'm not going to buy any new yarn.
That one's clear. So let's start with this one, because this one is also one of those it's well sorted. Shoot! Guess who just realized she has more yarn? I forgot about that. Oh no.
So I'm not going to ban myself from spending on yarn. I'm just going to try and spend less, because sometimes you just get one of those projects and you need that specific yarn for that, and you know it would make you so happy to get to make that. And I am going to dedicate, as much time as possible to shrinking my yarn stash. I've already busted 3 skeins on a fake turtleneck thing that you're going to see in a couple of weeks. So going through my stash like this, I saw a lot of yarn with potential. When I looked at it, I had a lot of yarn in similar qualities, maybe not similar colors, but I like color. It doesn't have to be a one color thing. So I found a lot of yarn with a lot of potential. So hopefully I can use that stuff for projects, and because it's usually smaller amounts of yarn, it can also be smaller projects, so I can finish them more quickly maybe, and possibly have some more yarn related, some fiber arts related videos for the channel. I don't know. Are you guys interested in knowing what types of yarn I have in my stash? I guess it's a yarn stash video, so why not? Obviously I'm from Sweden, so I buy a lot of Scandinavian branded yarns. Primarily, I do think I have a lot of Swedish, and obviously Hobbii is one of my favorite places to go for yarn, because they have a huge color selection and they're very trendy, so I can usually find something I like there. So I have a lot of their cake yarns and things like that. But Swedish, Norwegian yarn brands is also something I have quite a few things from. So I have Järbo, Svarta Fåret, which are Swedish, and then I have some from Drops Design, which is Norwegian, and I have some from Viking, which is also Norwegian, I think those 4 are the brands I have the most of. And then I do have some, is it called Istex? That's from Iceland. I realized I had quite a lot of skeins of both Litlopi and Alafoslopi, and even some Einband, I think it's called. So I'm gonna try and make some wintry, like, it's really easy to make like accessories like scarves and hats and gloves and stuff like that, and it's wool yarn, so I think it would be good for that. I think my favorite like type of yarn, like yarn quality, is cotton. I have a lot of cotton yarn, way too much cotton yarn, but I think because I usually, or at least when I started, I had a very high tension when I crocheted and stuff. Working with cotton yarn, because it's not very stretchy, it stopped me from ruining a project by working it too tightly. I do, however, think I've gotten to a point where I'm overcompensating now and I'm working too loosely instead. But that's a conversation for another day. I'm trying to figure out what I can talk more about, like regarding what I'm doing in the video, which is sorting through my stash. Maybe how I sort my stash. As you can see, I have plastic bags with zippers. These are actually, like, first and foremost, they're trash. Like, I bring them home from work because we just throw them away. But Viking has a very large yarn called plaid yarn, and it's like the skeins are huge and they come 2 in a bag like that. So whenever I find one, I just bring the bag home to use as storage, and they're actually pretty great. And then I also have the 2 cardboard boxes where I'm storing, it's mostly acrylic or probably like wool yarn. I can't identify properly. No, wait, now I'm lying, because one of them is full of a specific type of wool yarn. That's besides the point. But yeah, those are my like storage solutions. All of the bags and the boxes, they go into a shelf in my bedroom. And then I also have the 3 cubes I discovered after I started, and they're like in one of my bookcases in the living room. Those 3, they used to hold my entire yarn stash, which is horrifying to think about. But yeah, so I use those bags, and I tried to separate the yarn by type and by brand, also by project. So I have a few bags that are dedicated to just projects. Man, it's so hard to think of things to do with the yarn. I don't have the list in front of me since I'm sitting in my little blanket tent here trying to get the audio to sound decent, but I do have quite a lot of like small collections of similar yarn, maybe not in similar colors, that I can do small stuff with. And I definitely I'm still really into making, or into the idea of making like bralettes and small tops and lacy stuff like that. I've just started a new project. That's never a good sign. No, I've started a new project with like small granny square-ish things that I want to make into something, but I don't know what I'm making out of the granny squares yet. So that's also going to be something I'm going to be working on. I do think that's all I have to say about this like yarn sorting video. It wasn't like a declutter. I'm not giving any of the yarn away unless I'm realizing down the line when I have used some of it up that like there are yarns that I just don't know what to do with. I've tried to be mindful and only buy yarn that I like and that I know I will use. I do have a few dud yarns in my collection simply because I bought like lots from other knitters and crocheters who were clearing out their stash. I do have a few skeins of duds that I don't really know what to do with, but I'll figure that out, or I'll give it away, resell it, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna hope that I have enough commentary now, and I'm gonna sign off. Thank you so much for watching, listening, whatever you were doing. This video was chaotic to film, frustrating to edit, and I do feel like this commentary was also kind of chaotic. I'm sorry, I'm trying. We can only do better. I hope you all are doing well, and if you have any ideas for projects I can do, like smaller knitting or crocheting yarn projects, feel free to leave those in the comments, because I'm sure there are tons of things I'm not thinking about that I could make. Until next time, bye.